Democrats taking control of the Senate after Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock won both Georgia seats. In a FoxBusiness.com op-ed, our next guest warns that America's small businesses are the biggest losers after the runoffs. Here to explain, President and CEO of the Jobs Creator Network, Alfredo Ortiz. Alfredo, thank you for joining us this morning. So if you would, just talk a little bit about the impact on small businesses of the Georgia results in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now with the sweep, basically with the House, the White House, and then, of course, now with the Senate, this basically is a one-party rule. And for small businesses, quite frankly, they are very concerned about this because everything that, quite frankly, really led to their great success over the past 3.5 years, which was lower regulations and lower taxes, all those two in particular are of grave concern that those are going to try to be reversed. The Congressional Review Act, for example, is probably going to be used for the first time by Democrats, being able to overturn a lot of the executive actions taken by the president over the past 6 months. But really that increase in regulations, which is coming from the Green New Deal, from higher taxes, the biggest concern. I have to tell you, my phone, my text, my emails are flooding with people going, what are we going to do about this? And quite frankly, what we need to keep reminding the American public is how important small businesses are to the backbone of our country and to our communities. Remember, Jed, that 30 million small businesses existed before the COVID crisis, and tens of thousands of those businesses have now closed, a lot of them because of the lockdown, because of COVID, nothing to do with their mismanagement of their businesses, but literally because government shut them down. And so now with this one-party rule, with control of the Senate in the hands of the Democrats, there's a lot of growing concern right now that we're going to go back to that era of the Biden-Obama administration, or excuse me, the Obama-Biden administration, where we had negative entrepreneurialism. More businesses were closing than they were opening because of the higher taxes and higher regulatory environment.
Yeah, obviously right now you see a lot of businesses across the country suffering through no fault of their own, as you mentioned, through the lockdowns and whatnot. There's a particular issue emerging in New York. Small businesses are facing a pretty big expense, a $9 billion tax increase. Can you explain a little bit of where that comes from and what business owners can expect to emerge here?
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to start seeing, I think, across the states and now across the country as well. The tax increase, first of all, that basically was passed already is being implemented. But in addition to that, we're also seeing the Democrats on a federal basis. You're going to see something that Joe Biden has supported since day one and is being basically snuck behind the scenes, which is basically releasing the cap on payroll tax, for example. I think it's about $140,000 is the cap right now. That's going to be basically removed, which basically means there's going to be a tax increase on all those businesses, that actually hire folks and even, quite frankly, self-employed people, because that tax is going to be now unlimited in terms of the income. So that is going to be a huge tax issue there. Again, New York also has the new minimum wage that's going to go into effect. And on a federal basis, Jed, that's another big concern for small businesses. We can pretty much guarantee that they're going to be pushing for the $15 federal minimum wage almost from day one.
Yeah, people have been fleeing California. They're fleeing New York. This is an enormous problem. Alfredo Ortiz, thank you so much. And it's important to note we reached out to Governor Cuomo. We have not heard back. We will update you if we do, in fact, get a response.